Boom! The Longhorns making hay in the transfer portal, picking up Mac Chiumento, punter out of Florida State by way of Daytona Beach Seabreeze down in Florida. He was a preferred walk-on for the Florida State Seminoles. The Longhorns, for the second consecutive year, Jerry, reaching into the transfer portal to secure a punter. Mac Chiumento, what can you tell us about him?
Yeah, so he was a preferred walk-on at FSU who earned through hard work, was a holder, backup punter, and a kickoff guy. He kicked off for FSU, earned the starting punter's job this year as a redshirt sophomore, as a redshirt junior. So he was average 44 yards per punt on 27 punts, 1 touchback, 13 down inside the 20. So half his punts and 6 punts of at least 50 yards. FSU only punted 28 times this past season. That is the fewest in program history. So his leg was always warmed up, but it wasn't used very often. So when he got his opportunities, he really made the most of them. He was the FSU special teams MVP this year. So a guy that, as you said, was out of Daytona Beach Seabreeze High School, where he was a punter and kicker for Seabreeze in high school. He averaged over 40 yards a punt with 12 punts inside the 20 in high school. So obviously that affects your yardage, but also was a kickoff guy in high school for Seabreeze and made one field goal as well, and was a Volusia Flagler all-area first-team selection in 2020 and 2021.
All right, the takeaway here, though, is Texas goes to the portal for a punter. Again, they went for Jack Bomeister 2 years ago, or last year, excuse me. The year before, they didn't, and they decided to go with a true freshman out of Fort Lauderdale, Michael Kern, and that didn't go so well. Now, they actually recruited a big-time punter out of high school this year, much more highly decorated guy than Michael Kern, one named Mikey Bukakis out of Prosper. Right, Jerry?
Yeah.
There was some thought, well, hey, maybe Texas might leave it to chance and actually go with the true freshman out of Prosper, because he is expected to be a big-time punter long-term. But Steve Sarkisian and special teams coach Jeff Banks, so no, we need to get someone that's got some proof to them. They can compete, right, for that job, but we're not going to just hand it over or rely on a freshman. And that makes a lot of sense considering where Texas is. As you mentioned, Chiumento had averaged 44 yards per punt, 42.8 net yards, by the way. So it means that not a lot of return yardage, which means he had good hang time. Is this more the mentality of not only with punter, but also with kicker? Hey, it's good to recruit some guys out of high school, but handing over such an important job like this, you can't just automatically do that to high school kids, whether it's punter or kicker at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and Bukakis is very talented, was ranked the number 1 punter in the country on a couple of services. But I want to say this, it's an interesting topic, but CJ Vogel and I ran into Jack Bomeister in Orlando. And we were talking about, it's just funny how this happens, this very thing, because we asked about Bukakis and if he knew of him, obviously hosted him on visit and whatnot. And Bomeister actually told us that experience does really matter with punt coverages, having control of the ball, being in these big environments. He said, so having an experienced guy for a year to let a really talented freshman take that redshirt year, he said, looking back on his career as a college punter, he thinks is very, very beneficial, because there is a pressure that comes with that when you go to a major university. And it's so different from a punt coverage and what you're asked to do at the major college level than as a high school punter or coming over like he did from Australia. So it was very interesting timely conversation. Bukakis obviously just punted in the Under Armour All-America game here a couple of days ago. But yeah, so I think it was just an interesting conversation. And I do think that's something you'll see moving forward for Texas, is until that younger guy is ready to be the full-time guy, is having that experienced punter while you get Bukakis ready to be a guy that can punt in the SEC at Texas and have that consistency that you're looking for.
They'll do that, obviously, the same with kicker this year as well. Look, I look at it, Jerry, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, Texas is trying to find guys that have started at places that are in major power conferences.
Yes.
That you look across what they're doing in the portal as a whole, every single one of these guys that they're looking at and talking to, and trying to sign, et cetera, they are proven performance almost to a T at a major conference level. I think this is more of that same line of thinking where they're falling in line. Hey, we need proof of concept, not just guys. Hey, by the way, and I mentioned all those other guys. I want to make sure that we mention this. Right now, we have a free $1 for 1 month offer for, we're calling it Portal Madness. If you want more information on the recruits and the portal news and notes that are coming and going, Texas hosting players almost daily right now for official visits that are in the transfer portal. Make sure you check us out at ontexasfootball.com. That is ontexasfootball.com. All you have to do is $1 for 1 month. Check us out, see if you like us, and then you can go from there. It is an introductory offer only. Again, that is Portal Madness at ontexasfootball.com. Jerry, you like this take overall? You think it's smart, like I do?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, again, Bukauskas is a very talented high school punter coming in, but do you want to hand him the ball on a team that's going to have playoff and national championship aspirations? Maybe, maybe not. I think helping that guy get adjusted to college is big. So I really like Mac Chiumento. And another reason is he does have a little kickoff experience at the college level too. So even if he's your backup guy in kickoff, Texas had to use 2 of those this year on the season. After Will Stone announced he was going in the portal, Mason Shipley became your kickoff guy. So,
and then Spencer Barnett from
West. Spencer Barnett, yeah. Yep. So I mean, you're going to use multiple guys in kickoffs this year. I also want to say this about Mac Chiumento. I want to give fair warning to all the guys on the Texas team. Okay, he was also on the Daytona Beach Sand Crabs state championship appearance tennis team. He was 10-2 in singles. So you Texas players, do not get talked into some pickleball match for money because you are going to lose.
Steve Sarkisian and Chris Jackson are going down. I've seen them play. I think they played pickleball before.
Yeah, they are beating this guy.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode. Congratulations to Mac Chiumento, punter from Florida State, becoming a portal transfer to the University of Texas. Terrific pickup, in our opinion, adding to that experience level for the University of Texas. We've got one last thing to say to you, Mac Chiumento, and that is this. Hook 'em horns. For Gerry Hamilton, I'm Bobby Burton. This has been On Texas Football. Hook 'em.